Hi, everyone. First of all, I just want to thank you guys for being here. Truly, this is one of the greatest events we have every year to really recognize our community leaders, our educators, and so I want to thank you for being here. Also, I want to just recognize our board. If the board members who are here, can you guys please stand up, please? Let's give them a round of applause, please. Thank you. So as you guys can see, thank you guys, you guys can sit. We have done, I think, a tremendous job thus far on really planning and really communicating our values to our community around the businesses. And so we really thank you for your support and helping us to really make these events great. We have a lot in store this year as well as into next year. So thank you again. Also, I just want to congratulate all the winners. So thank you. And also, let's give our Executive Director, Jay Harrigan, a round of applause for everything that he does every single day. Jay, take it away. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, George. Appreciate that. I'm going to acknowledge a couple other people just to for all the hard work that they've been doing on this and other things in the chamber. First of all, I'd like to John Yelkich is not here, but he did supply the dessert table. So when you see John in town or whatever, give him a thank you. Don't leave any back there because then I'll end up taking all that home too. I don't need that. I want to thank the chair, the committee that worked on this, Dee and Chrissy, Sherry, and Jenny. They were the behind all this. They definitely deserve a round of applause. They work on a lot of other things other than just this, but they're don't know where we would be without them. I'd want to thank the Hilton for having us here today. I know this is a little different venue than we normally have, but I thought it's nice to. They are chamber members, and I think they did a great job. So there's nobody here to applaud, but tell them on your way out that you enjoyed it. And they did some nice upgrading in the front and everything too. So it's a nice facility. I also want to thank David, our photographer, our videographer, and Natalie actually here, David's wife also. So we have it well covered today. They have Showcast Digital, so they do all, David mostly does almost all of our videos. Everything you see on the screen here today, he's at almost every event that we have, and he does a great job putting it all together. So it's great to have to show at different things such as this. So I'd like a round of applause for them. I think I covered everything I need. So thanks for coming, everybody. Good night. Drive home safely. All right, I guess we have a few awards that we'd like to give away. Every year we do this, and we acknowledge our businesses. We do the schools, the first responders, and the mayor does give his own personal award. So I'd like to get started with our first recipient of the Nonprofit Organization of the Year. This year it's going to go to Indiana Ballet Theatre. Gloria Touhy is here. She is, I know, the big thing behind the Indiana Ballet Theatre. I don't know how many people know of what all they do, but they've had nearly 45 years committed to the mission through performance, outreach, and the finest dance education. I believe they started with classical ballet and eventually added tap, jazz, and modern. In 1998, they became a nonprofit organization. They do, as I understand, they have 3 branches in Maryville, DeMont, and Valparaiso. They've worked with over 9,000 students with a 12-member staff of teachers and administration. Right now, they're in the midst of doing a revival on a building. It's going to be I'm not exactly sure if it's already, is it already open, or is it? Not, no, okay, well, it's the IBT Classical Arts Center. It's a Georgian revival style building. It was a former nurse's home that was built in the 1930s, and it sits on 1.7 acres, and it was donated, I believe, by the city of Crown Point. And I know they're doing a great job with that. It's going to be a magnificent thing when It's a beautiful building. I did get a flyer here showing, if you want to have a chance to see what it looks like. It's an amazing project that they've taken on. So they're dedicated to the art of dance and enriching the cultural life of the community. Classes and instructions for those wishing to dance for health, fitness, those wishing to pursue a career in dance, and those simply wanting to dance for fun. So they cover it all. I didn't even know there was such a thing that did anything like this. So it's an amazing thing that they've been around for as long as they have. If my wife were here, she would have brought her tap shoes and danced around a little bit and shown off her skills. But at this time, I'd like to call up Gloria to accept this award. Congratulations.
Thank you
and
very
if
much.
you could say just a few words.
Oh. Well, from not having a work permit and starting it in my home and to where it is today, it's amazing. So many kids have had wonderful careers from this. Even lawyers, they've said, the discipline that we've taught them has taken them on to wonderful careers. So we have several that are in ballet companies right now and modern contemporary companies. And hopefully we can get this building done. It's a huge project, but I don't give up, in case you hadn't noticed. So yeah, we were at the Star Plaza for 20 years, and people didn't think we could do that, but we did it. So we'll do the building. So thank you very much.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you just finished a Cinderella production?
We
Was that
did,
just last
yes.
weekend?
Yes, at IUN. We just finished it. All the schools come yesterday morning, so, yep.
Well, congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, our next recipient, our 2023 Volunteer of the Year this year goes to Jennifer Weber. She is the Executive Director of the Hobart Humane Society. And just to give you a little bit of background on that, the Humane Society started in 1954 and has provided animal control for the city since 1957. They provide shelter for more than 2,800 pets annually with a no-kill philosophy. Jennifer herself is an IU Northwest alumni. She was born and raised in Lake County. And she has said that she wants to continue advocating for animals and combine that with a passion for community service. I know that I had read about last year they had an outbreak of mycoplasma. It's a deadly upper respiratory infection that had a huge impact financially and on the amount of dogs or animals that you had. So I know that's taken a toll. And as she said, you can have the most beautiful shelter in the world, but it's still not a home. So they need people to adopt the animals that they do have there. They do a fantastic job. I know that fundraising is always needed at the Humane Society, and they always seem to be coming up with new ideas just to do that. And it seems like Jennifer's always in the midst of it, or in the heart, in the very heart of it all. So we thank you for everything that you do. We thank you to the Humane Society. And as she already said, they took over the damn duck race. And everyone here needs to be sure and buy a duck, right? So without anything else, I'd like to bring Jennifer Weber up. And I think she probably has a few words to say.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. It's really an honor. I want to start by thanking the Hobart Chamber of Commerce. It's been such a joy working with you all and working with the city of Hobart. I'm a Hammond girl, but I'm really have fallen in love with the city of Hobart since I came to work here in 2018. Y'all are great people, wonderful hometown. Everybody really cheers each other on, and I'm really proud to be a part of this community. I want to thank the selection committee also. There are likely many more people that deserve this award. These are very short words. I want to stand before you today as not only an individual, but a representative of all volunteers who selflessly dedicate their time to and energy to making a difference in the lives of others. Volunteering has always had a special place in my heart. My mom was the first female officer in the city of Hammond in 1976. And apples don't fall too far, and I've not really had a choice in where my life might carry me, but to be in public service and commit my time to Northwest Indiana. I wouldn't be remiss if I didn't take a moment to talk about the people who are here with me tonight. And they are not only my soul and heart, but also the biggest volunteers in our organization, Terry and Jane, Mike. You all give so selflessly of yourselves, and thank you so much. And then we have 3 staff members here with me as well, Danielle, Tracy, and Tammy. And these individuals make an enormous impact on our community every day. To the communities that we serve, you're the reason why we do what we do. Your resilience, strength, and determination inspire us to be better, to do better, and never give up on our mission to create a brighter future for not only Hobart, but Northwest Indiana. As we celebrate tonight, let's not forget the work we do is far from over. There are still countless individuals that need support, people and pets in our community, countless lives waiting to be touched with the power of kindness and generosity. And together, let's stand tonight in our commitment to serving others and making an impact on the world. Once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, Jay, the Hobart Chamber of Commerce, the Humane Society of Hobart, and the entire city of Hobart. Thank you so much.
I just want to kind of mention too, the Hobart Chamber of Commerce, we have about 180 members, and approximately 40 of them are nonprofit organizations. So that's kind of what I believe maybe differentiates us from some of the other chambers. We're kind of more of a down-home team, and I can't thank you all enough. I mean, and here's 2 representatives that just got awards for their outstanding. So you can imagine it was rough competition for them. So anyway, thank you both. Thank you, Jennifer. All right. Our next recipient. I'm going to mention one other thing. When I have the microphone, things pop into my head. But I did acknowledge David and Natalie, but I want to go one step further because Natalie is the one who has saved me a lot this year. She's the one when I'm sinking at the last minute and I need something done, she can put it together. So case in point, these were done by her just like yesterday. So, I mean, I printed them, but come on. I'm just not as creative as she is. All right, now to the next one. Our 2023 New Business of the Year. We're so fortunate to have some new businesses. Every year we seem to be getting more and more down in Hobart, and especially the downtown area. These people were put up last year to win this, but they actually started. They didn't start until last year, so we couldn't give it to them then, but now's a different story. So I'm going to just mention here that Holly and Tommy Forbes are Tavern on the Lake. Tommy is a Hobart native and a Hobart High School graduate, and they have more than 25 years of experience in the restaurant business. They reference of course, to the famous Tavern on the Green in Central Park, New York. I'm sure that's kind of where they got that. But and Tommy and Holly, I believe, came up with the entire menu, and their love for satisfying the customer definitely shows through. They have, if you haven't been there, I kind of find it hard to believe that anybody in this room hasn't been there. And if you haven't, this week, get down there. They have great upscale appetizers, crispy cauliflower, that's my favorite. And burgers are so big that they have to put a knife in the bun to hold them together. Some of their burgers that they serve there are the Book of Eli, McLovin, the Walter Payton, and the Elvis. The Elvis does have peanut butter, bananas, bacon, and a fried egg on it. So if you haven't tried that, you're in for a treat. So might want to order that when you're in there. They're always coming up with new things and new ideas to give you more of a reason to enjoy their establishment. For example, they recently had a Taylor Swift night. I missed that, sorry guys. They have bar bingo. Jeff and I happened to attend that not too long last week. I think that's every Wednesday, maybe. They have live music. It's always professionally decorated for the holidays. It's always upbeat, and you can tell that they love what they do, again, by the food and drinks that they serve. And of course, the attitude of the owners and the employees. And the addition of the patio, looking out over the lake, if you haven't seen that, again, another reason to go down there. It's going to be definitely a hangout for me in the summer, to be able to sit out there and enjoy the lake and enjoy some good food. I believe this and everything else makes their restaurant one of the best in Northwest Indiana. So I'm proud to say that they are the new business of the year, and if I can have Holly and Tommy come up and accept this. I'll give you the word,
okay,
so
well, I'll hold
Tommy
it.
can speak.
Sounds about right.
We just want to say thank you guys. This means so much to us. Being that I'm born and raised in Hobart, and left and did some businesses in Crown Point and came back to Hobart. This is something I've always wanted to do. My parents owned multiple businesses downtown. And when we got rid of our Crown Point place, we kept talking about where to go, and we kept wanting to come down here, and it took us forever to find a building. But this means so much to me, just to do this, being a Hobart native, and my parents being business owners. I wish they were here to see this. Going to some things that we do have going on here. He's talking about the Taylor Swift event. We are throwing another Taylor Swift event. This is all my wife. Any of the special events that we do is all Holly, so I can't take credit for any of that. When Jay told us that we won this, she saw me, and my employees said they never see me smile so much, because we worked so hard on this place. It was, the building it needed so much work, and it took us a year to get here, where we were at. And then obviously everybody knows all the nonsense we went through in the beginning, with the online stuff for us to get past all that. So and when all that happened, the community came together so much for us. The business owners, other restaurant owners, Jay, everybody from the banks, everybody came in, and just everybody supported us when that happened. So it tells you, because if we were somewhere else, I told her where we were at before when that happened, everybody would have tried to drive us out of town. And being here, everybody came for us. Everybody helped us. Everybody came in every day. It was amazing what happened here. So, I just want to thank everybody for that, and I appreciate it. And we're here for the long haul.
Very well deserved. If you get a chance, and if you can find it on their Facebook page, I know I saw at one point in time where they have had video showing them building it out and on a fast thing, and so you can see it going through everything, and it's amazing what they did with what they had to start with. Of course, that was a NIPSCO at one point, and then it was a police station, so it's been through a few things. Our next recipient is also a new business. This is normally our 2023 Leader of the Year. This year we had to change the wording slightly, so it's the 2023 Business Couple of the Year. We've got it's Charlie and Kristol Gabbard. I finally got the name spelt right. I messed that up. I apologize I got it off the internet, so it wasn't all my fault. But anytime I go in there, I see Kristol in there serving up the coffee, and she's always hard at work there at the store. I know that they've, in addition to the coffee shop, the furniture, that if you go in there, the furniture, all the furniture in there, Charlie made himself. He has a farmhouse furnishing, and I know there's actually somebody in this room who admired some of Charlie's work there in the shop, and asked if they could make that for their living room, and he did. And there she is, Amy. She told me that story some months back, and that was very impressive. And just to let you know, of course, it's not low-end build. It's hardwood furniture that can be handed down to your children and their children. I can tell you also, they're very generous at giving back to the community. They recently had their 1-year anniversary, and that included a petting zoo across the street, if you got to see that. And I know that they're going to have other things there too at that lot across the street from them where the mural is. Everybody knows where the mural is. So I know they're planning on other things. I believe they have the police officers come in there on occasions and serve them. I know that every time I look around, they're giving. They're always trying to give back. And as he's quoted, we're trying to figure out ways and avenues to give back. It's truly our heart with the business, trying to make a difference. Their coffee is organic, and although it was said they're only available at the Farmhouse, you can now purchase their coffee at Ace Hardware. So as it turns out, Hobart, we're all connected in one way or another. And if you go in there, the display, of course, was made by Charlie. He says they're big proponents of family, and they won't ever become bosses. We see ourselves as family leaders and employees as people who work with us and not for us. They do run 3 businesses, as I understand: the coffee shop, the farmhouse furnishing, and he has a lawn maintenance service. So I think those are the 3. And I can attest to the fact that he has more talents than just that, as he was a motivational, inspirational speaker at one of our luncheons last year, and he did a fabulous job. That you can also see, David recorded that, I believe. I would like to call up Charlie and Kristol, accept their vote.
Thank you guys so much. Short and sweet. I just want to tell you guys thank you so much for this opportunity, for only being in business here in Hobart for just crossed over a year, I think a week or 2 ago. We're very humbled that you guys seen enough in us to receive this award, and we are definitely looking forward to doing life with all of the great leaders in this room and building life and community here in Hobart. So thank you guys so much.
Both those couples that were just up here, every time I see them, they throw other ideas at me that they're working on and trying to plan and implement, and it's just amazing to see everything that goes on downtown Hobart. Which brings us to our next, our 2023 Business of the Year. The Business of the Year this year is the Art Theater. And Shane Evans, if you don't know Shane, he's sitting right there, and he's got his partner Blake Gillespie. He's not here today, but they're partners in that and the Brickhouse Bar and Grill. I've known Shane for quite a while. Actually, I think I first met Shane going to see Weezer at the Metro. It was actually March of 1995, Shane, if you can believe that. And went there with my wife, my nephew, John, Shane, and Gibby. And then he became part of the Hobart JCs shortly after that for a time. So I worked with Shane through that for a few years there, but now he's on to bigger and better things. The Art Theater, if you haven't been there, again, probably everybody in here has been there. If you're not, shame on you, because he brings a great talent. I have to acknowledge Anthony Volpetta sitting there. Anthony has been part of the Art Theater for, I think, even before Shane, right? I mean, weren't you? He was there when they were showing the movies, and it's come a long way. The Art Theater actually opened in 1941, and Shane transformed the one movie theater into an entertainment venue just slightly below the acts that are brought to the Hard Rock Casino and the former Star Plaza Theater. It's kind of filled that niche. So it's, at least in my opinion, if any business deserves recognition for causing downtown Hobart to thrive, it's the Art Theater. They attract more downtown foot traffic than anybody would ever imagine. They're the ones that bring them downtown Hobart, that then they go to the restaurants, they go to the coffee shops, they go to the stores and shops downtown. Without the Art Theater, I don't know where we'd get what we do. if they come, they eat before or after, whatever, but then they also get to see our downtown. They get to see the lake, they get to see, and then they come back. They come back, maybe they come for the show, but they come back for what we have to offer. Let's see, he's brought in so many well-known acts and tributes to the theater, and it brings people from all over the region and beyond. If you don't like what's playing a certain night, fear not, because he caters to all types of music, comedy, and other acts. You're sure to enjoy something that he has in store for you. Personally, I saw Dave Davies of the Kinks, Gilbert Godfrey, Jackal, Tim Meadows, L.A. Guns, Local H. The list can go on and on and on. It never ends. So, and it's at a reasonable price. And if you ever went to the Art Theater before, when it was just a theater, he now puts ice in their powder. So if you went there before, then you'll understand that. If not, don't worry about it. I know his desire to share his love of music, I'm sure probably came about from his playing the drums. He's played drum in a few bands. Are you still pounding the drums a little bit? No. He was in a few bands in the 90s and 2000s. He is about to venture out into some new territory by scheduling. He scheduled some outside concerts this summer, behind his theater. It's going to be there on the lake. He's got three concerts already on the books. I mean, getting ready to go in. The city's approved, so I can't, from Hobart, I can't thank Shane enough for what he's done for our community. So Shane, thank you so much.
Wow, thank you. You know, this is, like Charlie said, this is always humbling to get up in front of people and take this type of accolade, so thank you. First, I'd like to thank Miguel for his prayer this evening. Miguel, it was great, thank you. I also want to thank Mayor Huddlestun. I know he's back there somewhere. Josh, thank you for all you're doing to continue transforming our city into a great downtown environment. I definitely appreciate that. Jay, George, your staff, for everything you do for my business and all of our businesses, very much appreciated. We think that. Thank you for that. Congratulations to the other recipients tonight. It's great to be in the company of some really great people, some that I've known for a very long time. It's nice to be around people that are such driven individuals. I'm sure we all can agree that sometimes running your own business is essentially a labor of love. Some days I feel that more than others, but for me, it's always been a love of music. Like Jay has said, that's been my life, it's been my passion, and it's brought me to where I am today. So I'm thankful to be able to do that and to share that with so many other individuals that come into our room, whether they're local, from other states, other counties, wherever. You know, we take in everybody, and there's always a home for people there. So we'll continue to do that throughout our next generation. I wanted to recognize the team that I brought with me today. Ed, who is on our promotional team. Thank you, sir, for all you do. Amy is one of our managers. And of course, AJ mentioned Anthony. He's not just been a few years before me. Anthony is on his 23rd year, I believe, with the Art Theater, if you can believe that. So we're planning his retirement party and, another 2 years here as a young man. So, but other than that, again, thank you to everybody for, your support throughout the downtown area for all businesses. And we definitely look forward to doing much, much more with everyone. So thank you.
I'm going to mention just a couple more things about the Art Theater just because they're coming in my head, but my dad worked there. My dad worked at the Art Theater as an usher. At the time they had ushers, and he had the suit and everything like that, so that goes back quite a ways.
I'm Chief Garrett Ciszewski. It's really great to be here tonight in front of a lot of influential people in our community, a lot of community leaders, businesses, and we're happy to be the police department to protect and serve our community. It's also a perfect opportunity to present our 2023-24 Officer of the Year. Many officers go above and beyond every day. There's not too many that go above and beyond and have such a positive mental attitude as Corporal Riggle. Corporal Riggle is this year's Hobart Police Department Officer of the Year. A little bit about him. He's been with the police department since 2012. And he may be familiar with you. He attends a lot of community events, schools, with his canine partner Hatchet. They're kind of famous in some parts, if you didn't know. But Corporal Riggle is an extremely hardworking supervisor with a strong work ethic. So a leader of proactivity among supervision. What does proactivity means? It means he goes out there every day and he actually looks for crime. He just doesn't sit there and answer the calls. He's out there fighting the streets and making our community safe. It's a demonstration of going above and beyond, which makes Corporal Riggle a valuable member of the patrol division, while also serving as an up-and-coming leader within a department. In 2023, Corporal Riggle completed Northwestern University School of Police Staff and Command to effectively lead and mentor our young officers. Just a small highlight of the great work Corporal Riggle does. Last year, he located stolen vehicles resulting in arrests, obtained federal charges for felons in possession of handguns, deployed his canine partner to find drugs and track down fugitives, while also taking the time out to talk to suicidal subjects off the ledge or people having a bad day, and he prevented them from making an even worse decision. We want to commend the exemplary police work of Corporal Cody Riggle, performed over the last 10 years with the Hobart Police Department. Corporal Riggle's hard work, positive attitude, and commitment to the Hobart Police Department and the citizens of the city of Hobart is a testament to why he is named Officer of the Year. Come on up, Cody Riggle.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Few words? Sure. Put me on the spot. Good evening, everyone. Pull up my notes here. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and honored guests, it is with immense gratitude and humility that I stand before you today as the recipient of the Officer of the Year. This recognition is not just a reflection of my individual efforts, but my fellow officers, direct line supervisors, my leadership, my administration, the mayor, and most importantly, my family. I am deeply honored to be a part of such a dedicated and courageous team and accept this award on behalf of all those who work tirelessly to keep our streets safe and uphold the values of justice and service. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Enrique Lopez, Hobartfire Chief, and it's with immense pride that I get to recognize the exceptional courage and dedication of one of our own, firefighter Brian's sons. This year's Firefighter of the Year award goes to an individual who's consistently embodies the very essence of service. Brian's sons is that person. He consistently goes above and beyond the call of duty. He's the one who charges headfirst into danger, the one you want by your side in crisis. He leads by example, a natural leader who doesn't need a title to inspire. His standards are high, not just for himself, but for his peers as well. He speaks his mind with integrity, unafraid to voice his concerns regardless of rank. Brian tirelessly mentors fellow firefighters, pushing them to meet the highest standards and the department expectations. He inspires his colleagues to strive for excellence. Brian, your unwavering commitment to this profession is truly inspiring. Your bravery, selflessness, and dedication to keeping our community safe are unmatched. So please join me in congratulating our outstanding Firefighter of the Year, Brian Sons.
Say a few words. First, I'm humbled for the recognition. Second, first and foremost, I have to thank my family. They're the ones that have to deal with my being gone, and that's a much greater sacrifice than anything that I do. Especially my fiance, she deals with me being gone a lot. Third, I don't seek recognition. I never have throughout my career. I'm just very passionate about what I do and who I'm with. And my passion is driven from my brothers and sisters around me. So I couldn't even be recognized without the passion from them that drives me. I love all the brothers and sisters that I work with, and I want to extend my appreciation to the ones that I work alongside and put my life on the line, and they also put their life on the line for me, from Hobart Fire Department, Local 1641, thank you again, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening. All right, you guys need to stand up and do some jumping jacks or something. When Jay called me about the Mayor's Choice Award, I instantly knew who was going to be the recipient of it. The Mayor's Choice Award this year goes to Traditions Barbershop. My staff, when I told them who it was going to, two females who do not get their hair cut by a barber, they were perplexed by me acknowledging this individual in this business. But as I began to tell the story of Traditions, I could see the look on their eyes of, wow, I know exactly why you chose this individual. I am a small business Saturday success story. I typically got my hair cut by a beautician, had never got my hair cut by a barber. On Small Business Saturday in 2018, I stumbled upon Traditions, who was taking walk-in clients that day for Small Business Saturday. So I walk in and you could instantly feel a different vibe. I sat down in the chair and they did the razor and the gel and all that and trimmed me up really nice, and I was like, I'm coming back. So I came back and I got the pleasure to get my hair cut by Miguel, the owner of Traditions. And what's interesting about being in a barber's chair is you get to hear everything that's going on, and they get to hear a lot of things that are going on in the community. And they're kind of like a psychologist. They kind of get the good, the bad, the ugly. They get to hear a lot of the complaints. They even get to hear complaints about road construction and so on and so forth. But as I was sitting in that chair, I began to hear the story of Miguel as he told his story about Traditions. And over the course of the last 6 years, I've had the pleasure to get to hear his accomplishments and all the things that he does for the community. A lot of people don't realize that in 2018, when Miguel opened Traditions, shortly after that, the city came knocking on his door and told him that they were going to close the road for 6 months. But like Miguel does, he battled through it. His grit, his determination, his resilience, he was able to pull through that. And I think that prepared him for the pandemic of 2020. I'm sure we all can remember that barbershops were completely shut down. They weren't allowing anyone inside. But Miguel, once again, with grit, determination, persevered through that. And I'm gonna share a little story to talk about how much grit and determination Miguel has. We were talking, we were texting, and I'm like, I need a haircut. And he's like, I'll be right over. I'm like, it's 10:15. And he's like, I'm coming. It was during the pandemic. He couldn't open. He didn't know what was coming. And he came over and just showed that he was willing to do anything to provide for his family and provide for his children. So, that determination and grit goes a long way. He was able to pull through that, and today they have 7 barbers. So they grew from 2 to 7 now. They're an outstanding business. And for me, those are all great things to hear about a business person that can persevere, that can make it through all of those challenges. But when I think of what embodies the Mayor's Choice Award, I think about the word community. And Miguel has done, people don't even know the stories that Miguel has done. There was a fire at Copper Penny. I don't know if you guys remember that the mural that was mentioned earlier was on fire. It was a freezing cold night. Miguel left his house, raced up to Traditions, which is across the street, opened his doors. He went and got food for the firefighters. He gave them a place of warmth and shelter during that time. Miguel mentors barbers. He has 7 barbers that he mentors currently. He gives back. He donated over 50 haircuts to the Tri-Kappa Giving Tree. He did free haircuts for the community during school, back to school. He gives haircuts. He donates to a plethora of nonprofits, youth groups. The guy's pretty amazing, and I get to hear those stories being in the chair as he's cutting. But one thing that Miguel also mentions is he talks a lot about Jacqueline, his wife, who's there for him, who makes sure that the kids are where they need to be when he's working long hours and grinding. And so I'm extremely honored and privileged to give the Mayor's Choice this year to Traditions Barbershop. So Miguel, if you come on up. So we're doing, we implemented a new thing for this year. So you get a plaque recognizing that you are the Mayor's Choice a Year Award. And also, we implemented this really cool thing where we're going to have a traveling trophy for the Mayor's Choice Award. So you can put this in the window of tradition, so when everyone drives by, they will see. So you're on there too. So
Awesome.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much, Mayor Huddlestun. First and foremost, I just want to go ahead and thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, the one who died on the cross for my sins. I would not be where I'm at today if it wasn't for him. I just want to thank my wife, my children, my 3 girls at home that sacrifice day in and day out. Like many of you all here, husband, wives, you all have families, you all know the commitment that goes behind that, the sacrifice, the time that's put in that can't get back. And I'm just excited. Jay, George, just everybody in this room. What I feel standing here this whole night is I feel such this unity and there's just such this impact with the city of Hobart and what I believe is going to get ready to come in the future of the next few years for the city of Hobart and for the surrounding cities. And I'm just humbled and honored to be a part of this, and I'm honored to connect with you all and just receive this award. So thank you so much, and the future is now.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Christina James, and I'm blessed to be the Dean of Students at Veterans Elementary School. Tonight, I have the honor of introducing to you the Chamber's outstanding elementary educator for this school year, Miss Ellie Welsh. I'd like to start by thanking and congratulating Ellie on Dr. Buffington's behalf. She was unable to get here due to her presence being needed at the 6th grade orientation tonight. There are many of you here tonight that know Ellie, but for those of you that don't, I'd like to take this time to tell you a little bit about her. I was fortunate to be Ellie's cooperating teacher when she was student teaching. I've been at this a while now, and I know a good teacher when I see one. I knew from day one that Ellie was just that. We were teaching our students during a time that we had to wear masks. We couldn't have our student desks in groups and had some of our boys and the girls in the classroom and some of them at home. We were teaching them through a screen. To say she had an interesting student teaching experience would be an understatement. However, she thrived. She never complained about how difficult it was. She was always looking for ways to innovate her teaching and reach all of our students. You know you have a great one when the cooperating teacher is learning from the student. Not only did I gain a wonderful colleague that year, but I also made a lifelong friend. As I read through the comments from her nominations, from colleagues, parents, and students alike, I saw a pattern developing. I'm going to share some of the comments with you that I read and see if you can find that same pattern. Miss Welsh is always striving and learning new ways to make education interesting and fun for her students. She is very active in school sports activities. She started a basketball club in our elementary school, and she's also a coach, high school. Ellie works within the school community as a basketball coach. She also has planned and directed unique learning opportunities for students in her school. Additionally, she has undertaken the task of writing a children's book about the diverse experiences she has had. Ellie has modeled overcoming adversity and embodies her life with enthusiasm as she does in her classroom as well. Miss Welsh teaches her students respect for each other and themselves, pride in what they are doing, as well as responsibility for themselves and their actions. Miss Welsh has enlightened me on the enjoyment of life and love of kids. Also, she has a love of life and determination to be honest and kind to everyone. She is inspiring. The pattern I saw was determination and adversity. Ellie is the embodiment of perseverance and kindness. And because of this, she inspires her students and colleagues to do the same. They also love that you buy them snacks and play games with them, but everyone knows that's the easiest way to a 5th grader's heart. Ellie, we are so proud of you and all you have accomplished so far in your short career, and we cannot wait to continue watching your journey as an educator. So join me in congratulating Miss Ellie Welsh.
said if she got started, it would just go on and on and on. So we had to cut her short on that one. I want to say one thing though, that one of the greatest things that I have the honor of doing, and some of our chamber members get to do also, is when we do the schools, we meet with Dr. Buffington and we go to the elementary school, the middle school, and the high school, and we get to walk down those hallways and present the award. They don't know they're getting it. The kids are ecstatic, and they love that their teacher is getting the award. They announce it over the loudspeaker. It's an amazing thing. I enjoy delivering to all the businesses also, but the school is an amazing thing. So,
Good evening. I'm Nikki Neely. I'm the principal at the middle school. We call ourselves Team Middle. I used to be an elementary teacher. I don't work at the elementary, so I'm not going to follow Christina James's speech. I shoot by the hip like our middle school kids do. Their brains and their bodies are not in sync, and neither am I. And so I understand the owner of Traditions Barbershop. I'm also faith-driven because God has to have a good sense of humor to make me lead the middle school. That's for sure. I will tell you, I've never found more joy in my life. I've never laughed harder. I've never scratched my head or have had more gray hair. We had to meet with incoming sixth graders today. 24 times we said the same thing over and over and over again. And Dianna was part of that. And just to see their joy and just like awe about this beautiful building that used to be our high school, that's now had been renovated to be a middle school. And so it's so funny when I was telling the kids this, if I go to the grocery and I happen to have my ID badge on and it says, Nikki Neely, Hobart Middle, they said, "Oh, you're a teacher?" "No, used to be." "What school do you work at?" "Elementary." "No, middle school." They look at you like the movie Animal House. And then when I tell them I'm the middle school principal, they want to pray for me. God love them. I have had more teachers from elementary ask, "What's it like over there? I really like that schedule. I like to start early and finish a little bit early." And Dianna was one of those people. She taught at one of our elementary schools. She's one of the kindest people. I thought, oh my goodness, are these kids going to eat her alive? Absolutely not. How are you mean to somebody who is so kind, so gentle, and loves people? You can't be. Now that doesn't mean they don't come after me. They try. But her, she's kind, sweet. She embodies what the teacher is. She embodies what we need at Team Middle. And I am so blessed that God put her in our path, I'll tell you that. I come and check on her all the time, and let me tell you why. Because us 50-some-year-old women have to stick together. That's why. There's one thing, and I lost my mom several years ago to cancer, and I remember watching the movie, and I gleaned something from the movie, and it said, does your life bring joy to others? Do you live a life full of joy? And when I think of Dianna, I think of those things. And so it's with complete honor and such love. I'm so possessive and I love so dearly. I want to introduce Dianna Ciszewski, our Teacher of the Year from Team Middle.
So welcome. I'll hold the wings if you like.
I'm going to say a couple of words. So I'm absolutely thrilled to be the middle school Teacher of the Year. I teach facts, so like home ec, if you will, like back in the day. It's only been 2 years that I've been at the middle school. I've been teaching for 30 altogether though. But this opportunity opened up and I jumped on it. I emailed my husband Garrett, and I said, I need this job. And he's like, yeah, that sounds like you. And thankfully, God and the planets all aligned and everything worked out, and I got this job, and I get to work and do my very best happy things, cook and sew and be with kids and inspire them and watch them grow and be excited to be in class. It truly is like the best thing ever. I'm having the best time. It doesn't feel like work. Our school is like a family. We're so lucky. They're inspiring and wonderful, and they took me in and they take care of me. And Mrs. Neely's amazing. Dr. Buffington took a chance on me again and let me move from the elementary up, and I just love it. So thank you Chamber for having me here. Thank you to my husband Garrett and my family. They're my guinea pigs for all my recipes and everything every like corny idea, I'm like, hey guys, let's try this. And so yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Thank you so much, and yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good evening. We did rock, paper, scissors. I lost, so thank you to my co-principal, Craig Osika. I'm Colleen Newell. I'm co-principal of Hobart High School, and it is my pleasure to introduce Katie Reines as our Teacher of the Year. Katie is fantastic in the classroom. When we have to observe teachers, sometimes it's hard being out of your content area. So I was a language arts teacher, and I didn't know a ton about psychology. Obviously, I know a little bit about history, but watching Katie share her passion with kids is unbelievable. And I would find myself, we only have to stay in about 20, 30 minutes, and I would find myself enthralled with her lesson. So I'm sucked in just like the kids. And so as we read through some of the comments, and I won't read them verbatim, that's what kids are saying. She gets us engaged. She has a love of learning. She shares that. And in addition to that, she's one of our high school coaches. We really saw Katie come out of her shell with her diving students. And so the divers, they're a fun little bunch of kids, and they're doing something scary, but they're doing something so fun that they love that Katie shares with them. So she's able to share a lot of different passions with them. And she just brings this joy to the high school. We did steal her from the middle school, so thank you, Nikki. But she's just a woman of many talents, and we're so grateful to have her. The kids are very grateful to have her as their teacher, and they just adore her. So, Katie, we are so blessed to honor you this evening, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'll just say that it's been a journey. Some of you guys might know that when I started teaching, I taught kindergarten. And so I taught kindergarten and first grade, and then I was at the middle school several of those years with Mrs. Neely, and it was a fantastic time. But then there was this opportunity at the high school. I was already the diving coach, and it just felt like the right place to be. I have this passion for history. They asked me to also teach psychology, so we added that on, and it's just been a blessing, going forward, watching these kids come in. Sometimes I have these sophomores that they're just kind of getting the hang of things, and then I have seniors that are leaving as young adults, and they're getting ready to graduate now. And my kindergartners that I started teaching with are going to be seniors. And so it's kind of just been an incredible journey, and I can't thank my mom's actually here because she's Maria Golka. And so I want to thank my mom and my husband and my whole family because they know this journey that I've been on. Is because when I was teaching kindergarten, I would tell you kindergarten is hard, and it was my first year teaching, and I was like, I don't know if I could do it. And they all were with me and said, just keep going. And so I'm really thankful. So thank you very much.
We've had a lot of new businesses here tonight and in Hobart, but we also have to honor the businesses that have been around for a while. Our 2023 Legacy Award goes to Hobart Ace Hardware. In case you don't know where they are, they're right down on Main Street. They've been there since 1915 is what I'm showing here. However, I think I was told that it was even before that. It was a lumberyard. So if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, somebody told me that. The lumberyard's been there since 1915. The hardware store is 1991, and then they became Ace Hardware in 2016. They have exceptional products and unparalleled service to homeowners, contractors, and builders alike. I can remember as a kid going in there into that lumberyard with my dad and pulling up and getting the 2x4s and some plywood and different things, taking it back home for home projects. I'm sure we didn't get the things from the city we were probably supposed to when we built some of those things, but that's water under the bridge. I know the city of Hobart could literally not have been built without the likes of Hobart Lumber. They provided probably all of the lumber at one time on any of the new homes being built in Hobart. I can recall back times when Bruce Haller was on the pitching mound in softball. That's how I always picture him. He played softball, I don't know, well into his probably 60s, isn't it? So he was always out there. I always admired that, and he could pitch pretty well. Then it moved down to Mark Haller is here tonight, and his son Scott. And I had the honor of meeting Nicole the other day when we took our Hobart Chamber on tour, something that we just started doing. We visited a couple businesses. We're going to be doing more of that. So it was an honor that we got to go to Hobart Lumber for one of our first ones. They are starting a thing now where they are barbecuing out in the parking lot. I think every month they have a date that they're doing that. And of course they've come a long way from the lumber yard across the street, but their selection of Yeti just blows my mind how much Yeti you guys have in there. And again, you can also pick up some coffee from Farmhouse. So I would like to call up whoever would like to come and get this award for us, or maybe both. Maybe all of you would like to come up. Thank you so much for everything you've done for the city.
Well, since this is a legacy award and we've been around for a long time, I have a long list of people to thank. I'm just kidding, actually. No, I'd like to thank the Chamber, naturally. After being here tonight and being involved in the Chamber years ago, I don't think I can ever remember Hobart being in a better position than it is now. The enthusiasm in this room, the new businesses, it's really inspiring. So we really appreciate the award. As a legacy, I should turn it over to my son now and for a few words here.
I guess I like to shoot from the hip like Team Middle, I guess. But just want to thank the Chamber for the award, and the community for supporting us for so long. We couldn't do it without you. This award is a recognition of the hard work and time that our employees have given us, so I want to thank them for sure. Our families, definitely, for dealing with us and the sacrifice we have to deal with business all the time. And just thank you for the award. Looking forward to the revitalization of Hobart's downtown and being around for another 100 years. And also, one more thing, with the construction on 61st, if you can't make it to Menards, we got a lumber yard right downtown Hobart.